Now, like I said before, on the carburetors there is a main jet, which is right here. This is a main jet. They come in all different sizes. Now, right next to the main jet is the pilot jet, which is down in that little tiny hole right there. And you could take a little tiny screwdriver and take it out. What your pilot jet does is it regulates the idle. It lets a little tiny bit of fuel go into your carb here, well, into the carb so it can idle from right here. Now what usually happens is you start your bike, it idles, it's doing okay. You give it gas, it goes bwop and stops. It goes bwop and stops. Because what's happening is that as you open the throttle, the engine wants more fuel from the main jet. If the main jet is clogged, it starves the engine and it stops. So if that is your problem, then it is the jet right here. The jet, to take this jet out, you take a little tiny socket, make sure you got the right size, and you unscrew it nice and carefully. This is made of brass. They're made of brass so that they can be drilled out to different sizes. When you clean these, you want to clean them with something plastic. You don't want to clean them out with a giant drill bit or something. No metal. You want to soak them and just clean them. And usually when you put it back together, and even on this one you can see it's been cleaned a lot. Okay, but you can still see the residue of junk in there, which is not good, but that is normal for a carburetor. Old carburetors used to have what's called a, you can see it right here. This is it used to have a little port right here that you could unscrew and the gas would come out. This one has it, but it doesn't work, which is weird. This does have it. You can see right here. If you unscrewed that right there, then your gas would flow out right here. And the reason that you want to have it flow out, you only use that if you were going to store the bike for a long time, or if you were going to do maintenance on it. Now the next thing we want to do is look at the float. Floats you don't have a problem with floats. The float is a valve. It's an on-off valve. That's all. What it does is it fills up this bowl right here, okay? The float right here, let me see if I can put it in layman's terms. The float right here, naturally, it just hangs down in here a little bit. Okay, as the gas fills up and up, the float starts to rise. As the float starts to rise to a certain level, it shuts off this little tiny valve, which is right underneath this pin right here. Now, if you have a carb that you start the bike and you've got gas running out of it, what's happening is this valve is not, so you can see it move back and forth. You can see this one move back and forth. The valve is not shutting. And usually it's stuck. It's stuck because there's a little problem right here, which it does happen. All these floats are put on a little tiny stainless steel pin. There's one here, and there is one right here. This pin right here, to get it out, all you need to do is take a certain size screwdriver like this, and you can usually just push. And of course, it won't work on work, damn it. Come on, bitch. Anyway, I'll have to edit that. If you push on the pin right here, or on the other side, the pin will go all the way through and you can take the float off. Okay? Now, there used to have float problems when, in the early days, we'll go on floats.